page 1, Arredondo, come on up.
Need a translator?
No, Judge. Good morning. You're all the public funds.
You are Jose Arredondo.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Arredondo, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. First offense, it's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. Officers observed the defendant's vehicle swerving between lanes and drifting onto the shoulder of the highway for several hundred feet. A traffic stop was initiated. The officers observed a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, glossy eyes, and slurred speech. The officer asked the defendant to exit the vehicle, and the officer observed poor balance. The defendant admitted to drinking 3 to 4 glasses of whiskey plus 2 beers. When asked if the defendant had any physical defects that could affect his balance, he stated that he was inebriated. Standard field sobriety test conducted. HGN was 6 out of 6. Walk and turn was 8 out of 8. One leg stand was 4 out of 4. The DIC was read and breath was consented to. The results were 0.264 and 0.252.
You're kidding. I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond. You are not allowed to drive any vehicle that doesn't have an ignition interlock on it. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If I find that you drive any vehicle that doesn't have an interlock, if I find that you consume alcohol, I'm going to lose it. Do you understand?
Yes,
And
Your
if
Honor.
that happens to me, it's going to happen to you, and I'm going to keep you. No more PR bonds for you, Mr. Arredondo. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. And yes, Your Honor.
Does he have a valid Texas driver license?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have valid liability insurance in your name.
Yes, Your Honor.
He does not have access to the car at this time, Judge. The transmission's gone out. He's not going to have it for, I think it's my understanding, at least another couple weeks, right?
Yes,
Judge,
He
can you?
gets a scram. I'm going to put a scram on his ankle. He's got, just had one dismissed. Now he's got a 0.26. I'm putting a scram device on your ankle so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. It detects alcohol through perspiration, so be careful whatever you put in your body. If I find that you consume alcohol, if the battery goes dead, so will you. I'm going to revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
That means no NyQuil, no mouthwash, anything that has alcohol in it, don't put it in your body because I'm going to keep you. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a problem with drugs or alcohol, you better address it because if you don't and it becomes a problem, I'm going to do it for you. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can waive the fee, guys. I mean, giving you today, you will have that ankle monitor on. It needs to be charged on a daily basis. Don't let it go dead. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
In the meantime, you will be signing an affidavit with me, promising me that you're not going to drive. Above all else in this short life that we have, do not get into a car and drive. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
We are sending notice to DPS now that any officer that pulls you over, they know you are not allowed to drive a vehicle that doesn't have an ignition interlock. So if you're caught driving a vehicle that doesn't have an interlock and they pull you over, they're going to put you in jail. So don't drive until you get permission from me. At that point, once you have an interlock, you can drive. But until we approve you here, do not drive. Not anyone else's car. I don't care what your excuse is. If there's an emergency, a burning building, doesn't matter. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have a lawyer. It's your responsibility to stay in touch with Joseph. He will tell you when you have court. If he tells me that he can't get hold of you because you're playing games, then likewise, I will revoke your bond. He will take care of you. He's a great lawyer. Listen to him. Otherwise, things are not going to go well for you. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Please. Thank you, sir.
We're waiting on the Spanish interpreter for counsel. So next is page 4.
Vic, what page?
4, top of page.
Stephen, I need your help. Mr. Cormier, right?
Yes, sir.
You have 2 felony warrants for your arrest now. 2 felony warrants for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, 1 for aggravated assault of a family member, 1 for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. You've made bond on our interference case, but looks like they just filed on 10/10, which was about 8 days ago, 2 felony assault cases. So we have to take you into custody. You do have a lawyer coming today?
Yes.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to verify that the warrants are valid. If they are valid, I have to take you into custody. You're being held at that right now at no bond. So at some point you'll get in front of a magistrate and I don't know if they'll set you a bond, but I'll have you talk to your lawyer today as well. Okay? Goes with you.
6.
Do you see 2 felony
Come on
warrants?
up.
I
Do you
see.
see?
Yes, Judge.
Yeah, I see 2 felony warrants. Are you, Tanya, is it Tanya Diaz? Tanya Diaz, you're charged with assault, bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Officers were dispatched to a Walmart in Harris County, Texas, in response to an assault. The complainant stated he was working on a construction project in the Walmart parking lot and was directing traffic. The defendant became upset because he directed her to go around the construction site. The defendant got out of her car, yelled at the complainant. A few minutes later, the defendant returned and began arguing with the complainant. The complainant began recording the defendant on his phone, and the defendant hit the complainant's hand, leading him to hit his cheek with his phone, causing pain.
Yes, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case, not to be in possession of any weapons, and not to go back to this Walmart. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you violate any of these conditions, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Tell me, what do you do for a living, man?
What I do?
Yes.
I'm a handicapped person, and I try to get my parking. I'm waiting for
Okay,
somebody.
I don't want to talk about the case. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
No, I don't have a job right now. I'm gonna start working
How do you support yourself?
paycheck, and I'm doing Uber Eats sometimes because my car is not in good conditions.
Sorry?
My car is not in good conditions.
Are you married?
I'm married, but he left me 4 years ago. My husband.
You said 4 years ago?
Yes, sir.
Did you want to apply for a court-appointed lawyer, man?
Yes.
Okay. This is what we're going to do. We're going to give you an application for an appointed lawyer. Have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, I'll have you take a seat in the jury box. Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions prohibiting you from going to this Walmart, no weapons and no contact with this person, okay? Tell me, do you have a Texas driver license?
Yes, sir.
You do? Okay. All right, please. So can you file all those conditions, please? I would say it's just to that particular Walmart, just to all Walmarts like it.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Chavez. You speak English?
Trouble here, Judge.
Well, we have Luis here, so
Morning, Judge.
he's coming. Hi, good morning. How are you? Okay, Mr. Chavez, you were charged with failure to stop and give information, which is leaving the scene of an accident without exchanging information. You were facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you.
Your Honor, for Mr. Chavez David, I have been charged with DWI.
That's what I had. to-
Oh, it's David. I have a Kevin. Sorry, David, you're charged with DWI. My fault. You're still facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine, but it's not an FSGI. It's a DWI.
Yes, Your Honor. Officers were dispatched to Sam Houston Parkway in Harris County, Texas, after an off-duty officer observed the defendant swerving between lanes and almost striking 3 vehicles. The wheel witness stated he observed a strong odor of alcoholic beverage from the defendant after getting him to pull over. Officers arrived and the defendant admitted drinking 2 beers. The officers also observed the defendant had unsteady balance and glossy eyes. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 8 out of 8, one leg stand 3 out of 4. The DIC was red and defendant contested the breath. The results were 0.150 and 0.143.
Mr. Chavez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Tell me, are you a United States citizen?
I'm fixing it.
So you're not a United States. Are you in this country with or without permission?
Without permission.
Do you know what happens if you go to jail?
Okay. Yes.
What? Don't tell him. Don't tell him, Mr. Chavez. I want you to tell me what happens if you go to jail.
Well, I don't know.
Immigration sweeps the jail on a daily basis, every couple hours. If they find you in the jail, they will put an immigration detainer on you and you will be stuck in custody until first this case is over with, and then you will be shipped off to immigration. And then you're going to sit there another 6 months, 9 months waiting for what they're going to do. If you do not want that to happen, do not violate these conditions. First off, I'm ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or any kind of drugs, I'm going to put you in jail. Likewise, if you do not have a Texas driver license, I'm ordering you not to drive. Do you understand? If you violate these conditions, like I said, I'm going to revoke your bond and I'm going to raise it up. And if you're in there for any more than 3 to 4 hours, immigration will put a detainer on you and then you can't get out. Heed this warning because you will not get another one. Do you understand? That's okay.
So we may be upgrading this to a DWI separately.
Okay.
If the defendant is allowed to drive.
So let me ask you, does he have a Texas driver license?
No, he doesn't, Judge. And Judge, I'd like first confirmation on that, Florida, if it is in fact a conviction, I don't know anything about that.
Do you have a DWI from Florida as well?
Yes, a long time ago.
Okay.
There we go.
I'm going to order you to take and have a handheld interlock device that you're going to take with you to prove to us that you're not consuming alcohol. This is important because what you need to understand is that when you have a prior DWI, they can use that to enhance you to a second DWI, and then everything doubles up as far as punishment is concerned, everything. Now, I'm ordering you not to drive any vehicle that doesn't have an interlock. We're going to send notice to DPS. So if you get into a car and drive and you get pulled over, an officer in their little computer, they're going to see you need an interlock. And if you don't have one, they're going to put you in jail. And then you're in violation of these conditions. Do not drive. Now I'm going to give you a handheld portable device to prove to us that you're not consuming alcohol. You will be signing an affidavit with me today, promising me that you're not going to drive any vehicle. Do you understand? I take it extremely serious. You are out there in the free world now. You're walking on very thin ice. Be careful what you do, who you go with, what you put in your body, because one false move, I'm going to keep you with me. Do you understand? Forewarned is fair warned. You have a great lawyer with you now. You need to listen to him and he will take care of you. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. You do not have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch. And he will tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If he tells me that you are not communicating with him, then likewise, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. Do you have any questions, sir?
No. No.
Okay, so for now, we'll have you come over here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. We'll have you sign a reset, and then you'll be on your way. You'll have to meet with pretrial as well, but good luck to you, Mr. Chavez. Okay, thank you, counsel. Okay,
Chavez, Kevin, page 3.
coming up, you were,
My attorney's not here.
Hi, here, Kevin Chavez.
do you have a lawyer, Mr. Chavez?
Yes.
Who is your lawyer?
Thing is,
Good look, yeah. Okay, I don't know where they are. What we'll do, we're going to do probable cause now. After that, we'll just have you take a seat while we wait for your lawyer to get here, and then we can talk to him, but we need to get moving, and I have no idea what time they're gonna get here. So, Mr. Chavez, you're charged with failure to stop and give information. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Officers were dispatched to a minor accident in Harris County, Texas. The complainant stated that he was entering an intersection when the defendant failed to abide by the stop sign and yielded to the complainant. The complainant stated that he did not have a stop sign at the intersection, and then the defendant left the location without providing his information. The complainant provided officers with a photo of the defendant's driver's license plate, and the officers traveled to the address connected to the vehicle's registration. When the officers arrived, there was a group of people outside trying to fix the damage to the defendant's vehicle. The complainant admitted to driving and that he left the scene because he believed the accident was not his fault. The complainant estimates the damage to his car to be approximately $3,000.
Mr. Chavez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Sir, are you a United States citizen?
no,
Are you in this country with or without permission? You need to understand that if you go to jail, immigration will find you there. They will put an immigration detainer on you and you will be stuck in custody for the next 6 to 9 months. If you do not want that to happen, follow these conditions that I put on your bond. Because if you violate these conditions, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand?
okay.
Do you have a Texas driver license? Look at me. You are not allowed to drive. And I'm making that now a condition of your bond. I don't care what is going on in your life. Until you get approval from us, which necessitates a Texas driver license, do not drive for any reason.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes.
You will be signing with me today a promise to me that you're going to make that you're not to drive. This is an affidavit, a sworn document that you will make now. After that, because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but you must stay in touch with Mr. Cantu. And he will tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If Mr. Cantu tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're ducking and dodging phone calls, likewise, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. Do not pick up any new cases and behave yourself while you're in my county. I'm going to do everything to protect my county. If you become a danger to it, there's only one place you will go. So for now, I'm gonna have you come up here, swear to us, you're not gonna drive. I'll get you to Victoria, sign a reset, and then we'll have you wait for your lawyer to show up. Do not leave until he shows up, please. Okay.
Page 5,
Mr. De Leon Garcia, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. It's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. The right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir.
Officers were dispatched to a crash and met with the witness who stated she was driving on the feeder of the Katy Freeway when the defendant came out of nowhere, driving in the opposite direction and struck her and did not stop. The complainant chased the driver to a Home Depot. Officers observed a strong odor of alcoholic beverage on his breath and glossy eyes. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. HGN was 6 out of 6. Walk and turn 3 out of 8. One leg stand 2 out of 4. The DIC was red and the defendant consented to breath. The results were 0.176 to 0.185. The defendant also admitted to drinking at overload.
Okay, Mr. De Leon Garcia, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Are you a United States citizen? Are you in this country with or without permission?
By permission.
Do you have a Texas driver license? You need to understand that if you go to jail and immigration finds you in the jail, sir, they're going to put an immigration detainer on you and you will be stuck in custody until this case is over with, and then you will be shipped off to immigration. If you do not want that to happen, then don't violate these conditions. You have already missed court one time. The next time you miss court, I'm going to make your bond very high. Do you understand? I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or prescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or any kind of illegal drugs, I'll put you in jail. I'm also ordering you as a condition not to drive any vehicle whatsoever. This is the most important one, Mr. De Leon Garcia. If I find that you're driving, and I don't care what your excuse is, because I'm going to have you sign with me today an affidavit. Look, this is a sworn document that you're going to make this morning, promising me that you're not going to drive. Heed this warning because you will not get another one. For now, I'm going to have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. After that, I'm going to get you to Victoria. We will have you sign a reset, and then we're going to have you take a seat and wait for your lawyer to arrive. Do not leave until I excuse you. You understand? Okay. Ay, ay, ay.
You're abusing me.
Hernandez,
Jorge Hernandez. Mr. Hernandez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. Second offense, you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you.
Officers observed defendants and an odor of alcohol. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. HGN 6 out of 6. Walk and turn 0 out of defendant consented to breath.
Mr. Hernandez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Are you a United States citizen? You have a Texas driver. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or any kind of illegal drugs, I'm going to put you in jail. I am now placing another restriction on your driver's license. You are not allowed to drive any vehicle that is not equipped with an ignition interlock. If you're caught driving a vehicle that doesn't have an interlock, likewise, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. You understand?
Can I ask a question? I saw here that.
You're charged with a second DWI. So you need a lawyer, and that your lawyer can help you out if you think that's a mistake. I don't know, but that's not what, I'm not here to do that right now.
Hacer eso.
But when you need a lawyer and your lawyer can go to bat for you on that regard. What I know now is that you're charged with a second offense. As a result, on all second offenses, we put an ignition interlock on you. If you're caught driving a vehicle that doesn't have an interlock, I'm telling you, you're going to go to jail. We will give you a couple days to get it on, but don't drive any vehicle that doesn't have an interlock. Do you understand?
Okay.
Also, no, don't consume alcohol or illegal drugs. So for now, I'm gonna have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, you'll get with pre-chop for your bond conditions, and then we're gonna get you out of here to hire a lawyer. Don't sit and wait for a lawyer because there's a lot of timing requirements with the DWI. I would talk to a lawyer immediately about your case. You understand? Okay, please. Are you ready?
Morning, Judge.
Myers, hey, good morning.
Yes, Judge, on page 15.
Got it. Thanks. Wait, do you have a lawyer, Mr. Myers Kearney?
Oh, sure. Well, I'm not sure.
Are you Myers?
Yes, ma'am.
Mirren?
What-
You talking about
yeah,
Mary?
Mr.
Myers?
No, Mirren,
Oh, I thought you said Myers.
Okay, take a seat for me.
Javier Mirren, Judge. And Judge, I did speak with the state judge. This is charged as a second. He had a first charge of DWI out of Oklahoma in 2001, which was pled down to their equivalent to reckless driving. I spoke to them. They're gonna get an investigator to search it up because they couldn't find on CCH, but just letting the court know that they charged it as second, but it should be coming back as a first.
Okay.
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Mayor, you're charged with driving while intoxicated, a second offense. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
On October 12th, 2024, officers were dispatched in reference to a traffic hazard in Harris County, Texas. The officer observed the defendant's vehicle parked on the east side of the highway with the front end facing west. The officer observed the defendant, the driver and sole occupant, to be asleep with the engine on. The officer knocked on the defendant's side window and gave the order to exit the motor vehicle. The defendant stated he was on Interstate 35, operated his motor vehicle on the roadway, had 4 beers, and was coming from a concert in the Woodlands. The officer observed a moderate odor of an alcoholic beverage, bloodshot eyes, slurred speech, disorientation, sluggishness, an unzipped zipper, and the officer later observed a large pool of urine in the rear seat of the patrol vehicle, and the defendant had a wet stream going down his pant legs. The standard field sobriety tests were administered, HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 3 out of 8, a one-leg stand 3 out of 4. The defendant was read the DIC and refused breath. A blood search warrant was obtained and executed.
Mr. Mayor, and I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license?
I do, Your
Earn
Honor.
his license, please. Do you have valid liability insurance in your name? Okay, I'm now placing a restriction on your driver's license that you're not allowed to drive any vehicle that doesn't have an ignition interlock on it. If you're caught driving a vehicle that doesn't have an interlock, I'm going to put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Likewise, I'm ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or any kind of drugs, you will go to jail.
Yes, Your Honor.
Understand?
Yes, I do.
Your Honor, he's eligible.
Great. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but you must stay in touch with counsel and they will tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If they tell me they can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant for your arrest.
Absolutely,
You
Your
pick
Honor.
up a new charge, violate conditions, no more PR bonds.
I understand.
Okay, all right. Bye, guys. Hey, do you just want a normal reset? Are you going to represent him upstairs?
When those cases become active, they're not active cases.
Your Honor,
Okay.
they're not open warrants at this moment. There's some, looks like possibly a judge is waiting to sign on, but they're not active warrants, so that's why he's back
Judge,
in
if I
the
may,
box.
the hearing officer didn't sign the complaint too, so it's still.
That, what is his name again?
Mr. Cormier is the last name.
It's the two.
Is that, Unger? Since you guys are here, do you want me to just have her sign it?
I would prefer to
No.
her to read it and see if she's gonna get to PC or not on the case.
Well, that, I meant,
Yeah.
of course, that's what I meant.
Yes.
Like, because for her to read the 2B, to sign it, whether she's going to or not, since you're here.
I mean, they're in trial right now. That's the other issue. So like I've been up there.
You see, it looked like Mr. Cormier has 2 felony warrants for an ag assault and ag assault with a deadly weapon, but they haven't been signed. 10/10, today's 18th, so they've been pending for. You mind bringing him out?
He's in the box.
Come up, Mr. Cormier. I mean, I'm showing the ag assault is active though.
Because in the system, it will show that because it was filed, but the actual arrest warrant has not been signed by a judge establishing that there's probable cause for his arrest. And he actually got arrested and they let him out of jail because of this issue. And the magistrate obviously reviewed that
Crazy.
as well.
I mean,
Yeah.
This is,
Judge, we're gonna contact Intech to see what the issue may or may not be at this point. Hold up, we're doing that right now.
while you guys are doing that, we're gonna do probable cause in our case. Mr. Cormier, you're charged with interference to the duties of a public servant. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On February 4th, 2024, officers conducted a traffic stop for the defendant failing to signal when changing lanes. The officer made contact with the defendant and told him why he was pulled over. The officer identified him with his driver's license and ran the defendant and discovered the defendant had multiple warrants. The officer asked the defendant to step out of the vehicle multiple times, but the defendant continued to ask why. The officer told the defendant if he did not comply, he would be removed from the vehicle, which the defendant replied, "I guess we can try that shit." The defendant eventually stepped out of the vehicle, but the officer attempted to detain him and the defendant kept pulling his hands away from the officers and kept trying to turn around so the officers could not place handcuffs on him. The officer eventually detained the defendant and walked him over to the patrol vehicle, but the officers had to use force to get the defendant inside the back of the unit due to the defendant using his body and the door frame to actively push away from the patrol unit.
What happened with the felony cases? I'd like to know how dangerous of a person Mr. Cormier is.
Yes, Your Honor. We have on October 9th, 2024, the officers were dispatched to a shooting call at a residence. The officers met with the complainant who stated he got into an argument with the defendant that turned into a fight. The next day, the complainant got into an argument with the defendant's father that turned into a fight, but that was later reconciled. The defendant, however, was still angry and told the complainant that he wanted to fight, pulled a pistol out of his waistband, pointed at the complainant and discharged the pistol. The shot missed and the defendant—
Discharged a pistol pointing at someone?
Yes, Your Honor. And then following the shot missing, the defendant ran away and a 3-year-old child was in the vicinity of the complainant where the shot was pointed at, and the mother is a witness to the events.
Is that part and parcel with the deadly weapon as well, or is that a different?
It is, one moment, Your Honor. It's part and parcel, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Cormier, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. In our case, I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case and not to be in possession of weapons. You have a Texas driver license. You are not allowed to drive. If I find that you drive, I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months. I'm going to have you sign an affidavit with me today promising you're not going to drive. Do you understand? If you want to drive, go get a license, get liability insurance, and then I can take this off. But until that point, do not drive. I'm also ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or any kind of dope, I'm going to put you in jail. Do you understand? Let me make something perfectly clear to you. I'm going to do everything in my power to protect every person of Harris County. If I find that you become a danger, I'm going to revoke your bond and I'm going to make it sky high. Do you understand?
Sir.
On this affidavit, I'm also going to have that you are not to be in possession of any weapons. If I find that you have a weapon, likewise, I will have a contempt hearing. Do you understand? So I don't know what's going to happen now. I want to see what they say first about, because Mr. Living, he scares me.
It's
You
just
know?
at this point in time, there is no warrant.
I get it,
So
but I don't know what,
holding him in a courtroom with no warrant is kind of my issue with it, if that makes sense.
I get it. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send him for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, he has in his system, and then I'm going to have him come right back.
Okay.
You need to go take a drug test right now, and then you must come back. If you fail to go take the drug test, if you fail to come back, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. And I'm going to tell you now, no more PR bonds. Do you understand? Okay. Come on. Gentlemen, both of you are charged with racing on a highway. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Officers observed 5 to 6 cars traveling at a high rate of speed and chasing each other on a freeway in Harris County, Texas. The officer observed 4 cars in each of the 4 lanes, matching each other's speed approximately 50 miles per hour until they were aligned. And then the 2 cars in the middle took off at a high rate of speed at approximately 100 miles per hour. A traffic stop was initiated on defendant Earl's vehicle. During the traffic stop, officer observed that the entirety of the inside of the vehicle was removed except the driver's seat. Defendant Earl admitted to participating in the race. Another officer conducted a traffic stop on the other participating car. That occupant also admitted to participating in a drag race.
You said there were happening to the other two.
Your Honor, there are no other connected cases, just the two.
Mr. Earl, this is your second racing case. I am now taking away your privilege to drive. You will be signing an affidavit with me today, promising me you're not going to drive. And if I find that you drive, I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you get into a car and drive. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do not drive. I don't care what you're doing in your life. I don't care where you have to go, what you have to do. I now also am sending you for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system, and then you're to come right back. If I find that you don't take the test, if you don't come back, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Take a seat.
I do have a question. May I have a reset to hire my attorney? I wasn't able to hire him today.
We will get there.
Okay.
First things first, I'm sending you for a drug test because I want to know what, if anything, is in your system. But first, you'll come up here and swear to us that you're not going to drive. Mr. Flores, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm going to tell you now, living in a city as big as Houston without the ability to drive, it's an awful thing. Do not participate in these types of things again. Otherwise, I will take your privilege to drive away from you. Do you understand? You will be signing conditions with me today, promising me that you're not going to race, street takeovers, donuts, reckless driving, any of the like. If I find that you do, I'm going to put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand? Can you file conditions on both of their cases?
Yes, Your Honor.
Racing and the like? Yeah. All right. I'm going to have you go, did you check for both of the licenses, see if do you have a Texas driver license? Do you have liability insurance in your name? Okay, if you can run both of their licenses as well.
Yes, Your Honor.
So for now, I'm going to have you sign a reset with Victoria. After that, we'll have you take a seat in the jury box. We'll get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign it, and then you'll be free to go. When you come back, please have a lawyer, sir.
I have a lawyer.
Oh, who is it?
David Lee.
Got it. Okay. Mr. Lee's going to be here, so we're going to have you wait till he gets here. So we'll have you sign a reset, take a seat in the jury box. Do not leave until you sign the bond conditions.
Okay. Your Honor, Flores is eligible. Let me run. Earl, please.
Alexis Gutierrez. Mr. Gutierrez, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
On October 11th, 2024, officers conducted a traffic stop on the defendant's motor vehicle at an intersection after observing it with an expired registration. Upon contact with the defendant advised he had a firearm in the vehicle. Officers located the firearm in the cup holder in plain view of the center console, unholstered.
Okay. What was the stop for again? I missed it.
The stop for was expired registration.
Got it. All right. Mr. Gutierrez, how old are you, sir?
22.
What do you do for a living?
I own my own mobile detailing business.
Okay. Do you have a Texas driver license? Do you have valid liability insurance in your name?
The vehicle is not registered to my name. It's my dad's.
Do you have car insurance in your name?
Not under my name.
If you don't have car insurance in your name, you cannot drive. I'm making that a condition of your bond, and I'm ordering you not to be in possession of a weapon as well. Do you understand? As long as you can abide by these conditions, you and I will be fine. But if I find that you drive in violation of this court order, then I'm going to put you in jail. How much money do you make a month?
I'm making right now, since I'm new to this business, I'm only making around $300 a week. So that's $1,200 a month.
And who do you live with? You think you can afford a lawyer, sir?
I do have a lawyer.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Who's your lawyer?
It's if you let me pull out the files there on my phone.
Sure. Let me see if he's. Oh, hey, hi, David.
Hey, how are you doing?
So he doesn't have car insurance, and I was not going to let him drive until he has car insurance in his name. I'd also ordered him not to be in possession of weapons. He's a 22-year-old kid.
Okay.
Those are the only conditions. And once you get car insurance, show me that you have car insurance, we'll allow you to drive. All I'm asking you to do is follow the law.
Okay.
Just get car insurance, it's in your name, and then we'll take the restriction off. If you can get it today, I'll take it off today. Okay, so, call your folks or whatever you need to do, or whoever pays for the insurance. If they can add you now, I'll take the restriction off now.
Okay, thank you.
You've got a great lawyer. Listen to Mr. Bresson. He'll take care of you. I will waive your appearance so you don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you have to stay in touch with them, and they'll tell you when you have to come back to court. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Stay out of trouble. Don't pick up any new cases. Okay?
Thank you.
All right, let me just do this real quick and then we'll have you sign it and then you guys are on your way. So can you file conditions, no weapons, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'll have you come up here, swear to set you to drive. Have you go to Victoria, sign a reset, then we'll have you take a seat in the jury box while we get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign the conditions and then you're free to go.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right. Can you go file, no going back to that?
That particular verdict?
Yeah.
Yes, Your Honor.
You, Trey Jackson?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Jackson, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
On October 12th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a stranded vehicle call at West Town, Houston in Harris County, Texas. The officer observed the defendant behind the wheel of a running vehicle and to be unresponsive. The officer made many attempts to wake the defendant and was unsuccessful. The defendant finally woke up after the officer knocked on the window for some time, and the defendant observed lethargy, slow speech, glossy eyes, an odor of an alcoholic beverage, and poor balance. The defendant stated he got off work and drank some Black Label. Standard field sobriety tests were administered. HGN was 4 out of 6, walk and turn 3 out of 8, and one leg stand 0 out of 4. The defendant was read the DIC and consented to breath. The results were 0.094 and 0.095.
Did you see any prior DWIs? Okay. Mr. Jackson, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license? Do you have valid liability insurance in your name?
I'll be on it probably Thursday or Friday.
Until you have it, I'm ordering you not to drive. Show me that you have insurance in your name and then I'll allow you to drive. But until that point, do not drive. Are you on probation or parole at this time?
No.
Okay. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond also not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or any kind of illegal drugs, I'll revoke your bond, put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. You understand? What do you do for a living, sir?
I'm general manager at a pizza spot.
How much money do you make a month?
18 to 1900.
As a GM for?
Yeah, small.
Okay. Did you want to apply for an appointed lawyer?
Please.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm happy that you're working. Great. Yeah. But seriously, don't drive until you get insurance. Show me that you have insurance and then I'll take this off and we'll let you drive. Okay. Don't drive until that point. I don't want to have to put you in jail. All right. Do you mind giving an application? I'm going to give you an application. First, I'm going to have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. Then I'll get you to Victoria, sign a reset. And then we'll have you take us in the jury box while we find your lawyer. Okay. All right. Give me a second. Let me get this done. Okay. Javante Myers-Kearney. Mr. Myers-Kearney, you're charged with criminal mischief. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Yes, sir. On October 10th, 2024, the officer was dispatched to an assault in progress in Harris County, Texas. The officer made contact with the complainant. The complainant stated the defendant, her ex-boyfriend, damaged her motor vehicle. The complainant stated she was in an argument with 3 different girls through text, and the defendant did not like that and got very upset. The complainant stated she asked the defendant to go outside to her car to grab some diapers, and the defendant started damaging the motor vehicle due to the motor vehicle not being unlocked. The complainant stated the defendant was smashing the windshield and kicking the doors. The damage was estimated to be approximately $1,000. The officer made contact with the defendant. The defendant stated the complainant doesn't need to press charges as they have a child together and that he is willing to pay for all the damages.
2019, burglar of a motor vehicle. 2022, evading arrest. 22, unlawful carrying of a weapon. 24, ag assault, possession of marijuana. I'm talking to you.
Yes, sir.
Possession of marijuana, another ag assault, another evading arrest, possession of a substance in a possession of a prohibited substance in a correctional facility, a fugitive case, and now a criminal mischief. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, now 10. How old are you, Mr. Javante Myers-Kearney?
23.
10 cases and you're 23 years old. I'm sending you for a drug test right now because I want to know what, if anything, is in your system. You must come right back after that drug test. If you fail to go to the drug test, if you fail to come back, I'm going to make your bond so high. Do you understand? You are not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case. not to be in possession of any weapons, or go within 500 feet of what? What else does he have at accounting,
Kennedy?
Steph?
Judge, it looks like he had some juvenile history out of Fort Bend.
So that's how much, okay, so there's 11, 12 for the engaging case. What else?
Yes. Well, because there was also a theft of a firearm in Angleton as well as
13,
a theft of a firearm out of Galveston.
14, 23 years old and 14 cases. You're on probation for a third-degree felony, and now you've picked up a criminal mischief. I'm going to put an ankle monitor, and I'm giving you a curfew of 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., and I'm going to have you come here twice a week to prove to me that you're not consuming alcohol or illegal substances. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
One false move, holy moly. So let's send him for a drug test right now. And then, Mr. Myers-Kearney, do you know how hard this life is without money? You have any clue? Don't. Because you have no clue. You don't care about your future. But just wait. You've got 14 cases on your background now. All you're doing, you're making your life impossible to live for the next 30 years of your life. Because when people see this, what do you think they're thinking? Do you have a job now?
I work for my phone. It's just temporary job though. Just
Doing what?
I answer dealing with the voting right now. People that doing the voting, I just answer the call, see if they voting, answer a couple questions that's on my little list. Ask them a couple questions that's on my little
You're
list.
working for?
It's just my brother girlfriend. Her name Ebony. She worked at this. It's called. I can bring all the paperwork. I can show you everything about it. I just forgot the name of it. But I worked through her. This is a temp job for her. Like I basically her assistant, just answering her phone by people that's voting, writing their name down, stuff, giving the information to her so she can file it. And I can bring all the information for you though, just to verify and show you what I actually do. Then I actually had a job working as a temp for Danny's group. If you ever knew what that was, at Igloo out there, Katy.
Did you graduate from high school?
No, sir. I got my GED though. I'm working to get my GED right now in my West House.
No. I asked you if you graduated from high school. Yes or no? Did you get your GED? We are going to work on that together right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set your case off, and I want you to show me what you have done to get your GED. I'm making that a condition of your bond that you get your GED. And if you don't do anything, it's not going to go well between you and I. Do you understand? Guys, if we can send him now for a test, you're to come right back. Take a seat for me. So, Vic, he's not allowed to leave until you are not allowed to leave this courthouse until I excuse you. Do you understand? If you leave, warrant issues immediately. Right now. I'd like to, no, he can come right back to court.
Okay. Page 18, Judge Roberts.
Mr. Lee, we spoke to your client. Okay, let me do it. We'll do it next. Okay. No, I'm not done with continue to give you PR bonds and you fail to appear. No, it doesn't work like that. We give you a PR bond, you don't show up. We give you a PR bond, you pick up a new case. You know, it's over and over and over. I mean, when do we say when, Mr. Williams?
I got into a program. I got into rehab. I got off. I was homeless. I'm from South Carolina, and I got into a program.
We're up to 3 cases. We're up to 3 different times you don't appear. I mean, when do we say when?
They threw my paperwork and all this type of stuff away. I didn't know nothing about this.
Oh, they give you paperwork when you leave the jail.
They held my property, sir. And I came up here to get my property over like 10 times, and they sent me to another HPD or something.
Always someone else's fault. Always someone else's fault.
I went back and forth, sir. And that's why I got off on that errand and got into a program like I told them I was going to do. And now I stayed up here so I could come up here and see what's going to go down with this right here, because I'm going back home.
What rehab are you trying?
Gifted Souls, Pearland.
You just give me a piece of paper.
I've been in there a whole week. I didn't want to just walk up to you and give it to you, but.
But this isn't a paper, this is just information about the program.
Yes, sir. I've been here a whole week.
So let's do this. Take a seat for me in the jury box. I'm gonna get a hold of your lawyer.
I
Because,
don't have a lawyer.
yes, you do. We appointed you a lawyer. You have a lawyer, Mr. Brooker. So, I don't want to do anything until we talk with your lawyer to figure out where we're gonna go. But, so just take a seat for me in the jury box. I'm gonna get a hold of your lawyer. We'll see how we go forward.